Indonesia. Sorry about that. I'm looking for the cat. All right, let's get this. All right, howdy, folks. Welcome back. See, the cat's running around. I'm looking for my cat at the very moment right now, so I had to step away from the intro for a second there. Howdy, folks. Welcome back. I told you I would be back. And thank you for taking some of your precious time to be with our precious family here. And a lot of you are catching on as to how precious this family is. Okay, so here we are looking at March 22nd. Here, let's just scroll up. March 22nd, 2024. 2 days to go. Anyways, here's your forecast here, or your loop plan here. Look at this coming off the top of the sun right up there. Whoops, I'm trying to get rid of that song in the background. I just wanted to X out of it. I didn't need to play it. Back to this. There we go. Anyways, did you see the face in there? Did you guys recognize that face in the Matrix there? I'm going to show you some more of that, some real face in the Matrix. Okay, in the spiritual report tonight. All right. Everybody take a deep breath. Here we go. All right. So as you can see, we've had this event come off the top of the sun right there, and you can see the object in there pretty clear. And then this other event on the side over here, and there's a lot going on today. So I'm sure you all heard about the X flare that's like just happened a little while ago. We'll get right into that as well. But first, we got to start here with today's activity first. So as we come around to the opening frame right here, okay, let me tilt this down just a tad bit so we can get the brightness up there. All right. So as we progress here, you see this spire growing right here, this little stream coming off right here, this little jet type effect. And then coming right out of that region, well, first this little guy pops out right there. See the indentation? You can clearly see the object right there. We got a lot to go through tonight. You notice this one going in towards the sun. I'm backing up. So now we're going forward. As this is coming out, this little thing goes in. All right, here we go over here. There's so much plasma, you can't see it on this side, but over here, you can see a little dark little core. In fact, let me get just one better frame here. All right, that's the frame I want because I can zoom in on both sides of this one. All right, first off, let's take you over here to the red side. You can clearly see our black object right here with plasma draped on the backside. You see the plasma, still hitting it and dammed up, or it's also dragging this plasma out. Anyways, you can see the curvature of this object because of the plasma wrapped around it. Let's even come on over to the other side now. And all right, you can see it right here, this round circle right there. Hey, let me darken that up a little bit. It looks like it's blinding the camera. There we go. So you can see it on both sides. All right, and there seems to be another one right below it right here. Plasma draping off of it in that classic teardrop shape right there. What's up, Jimmy? Gabe, how good? Everybody, you know what? Let's take a second here. Leslie, good. Gabe's here. Cindy, I know Hopinson's here. Yeah, all right. Good. Good little family here. Now, anyways, back to, you can see the smaller one down here as well. Now, what I'm going to do is zoom back out of this and I have to brighten it back up. So, all right. So, as we pull back, you can see that event sitting up there in the screen. We'll leave it right about there. Okay. Then let me get just what's too bad about this is it's at the top. Okay, now you can see this next image here. Let me go another one here. Oh, I got it just a little bit more. And then you can see that leaving the vicinity there. Small little halo down here. And then this little event at the very tail end coming off the side over here. And that was it. All right. What I want to do is go ahead and start this. Zoom in again. All right. You can see that event. Let me even take you over to the red side so you can see it a little bit there. And you see how the sun gets prepared for that as it moves out. And then it almost looks like there's something darker back behind it. Wow. I did not see that until just now. Why, Lord? Where did I see that? All right, I got to zoom back out a little bit to find it real quick here. It looks to be that there is a larger black round spherical something back behind here with these are two moons going with it. Let me put this back into motion and see. Whoops. See if we can kind of see it kind of there. Let me try to capture it again. Maybe I'll slow it down just a tad bit. There it goes. Yeah, let me slow that down a little bit more. Yeah, there either it's its magnetic field or there was a bigger object carrying a couple of satellites with it, moons, other planetoids, what I refer to as satellites. Okay, so there's that activity. Now hold on tight because we're going to come over here now to the solar ham. And here's your X class flare that just happened in X 1.1. All right, we're coming down from it. It's a long duration event. And it happened in tomorrow's box. All right, so I'm going to try to go back and see if we can get this data. It hasn't been posted yet, but with all the delays that I was having trying to get the show started, I have a feeling it might be there now. Anyways, at the moment, X flare potential is 10%. I think it should be a little bit higher than that, and we'll discuss that. M flare 50%. That should be 90% because we're currently just coming. Well, now we're down to C5. Okay, before it was still M something, so that could have been 100%. But we had an absorption event where we had a radio blackout, and now we're having the proton storm. This proton's 5%. Watch that go up to 99. It should be at 99 right now because we're currently in one. All right. Just real quick, I'm going to zoom in like we usually do. Try to have some continuity here. All right. If it wasn't for this dropout right here, it'd just be a smooth arc connecting these 2 points. So pretend that that's not there. All right. But we had this strong little, that was the one we saw on the 22nd that we zoomed in on. And then bang. Now see how we came up from like the seafloor back here, came up a little bit higher. Bing, we had this one, and then bam. So we could possibly have another X flare possibly coming right after this one. All right. I hate to say that, but our X flare potential is extremely high, and you'll understand why I say there could be another X flare pretty soon. You'll understand why I say that, not for fear factor reasons. You know that me at this channel, I don't do that crap. All right. Anyways, more important is 110. There we go. So we're coming out of this event. It's a long duration X flare event with a proton storm. All right. Let's take a little peek at our said proton storm here on the D region map here. Let me just fast forward it. All right, so bang, right there's when the flare hit, okay, because it's facing our direction. It's on the Earth-facing side of the sun, so any kind of light is going to hit us. So there's the light and X-rays from it, bang. And then as that dissipates, along comes the proton storm right behind it, right on its tails. We're just missing that one little gap of data. But now we're having proton storm, and I bet you this needs to be updated because here it's showing red. Here, let's just go to our latest image right here. Okay, so here we go. Red on the top, red in the bottom. We just had an X flare. What am I a stickler for? Yeah, Absorption. What are we looking at? The absorption map? Yeah, here we go again. All right. The Earth is going to suffer repercussions from this right here. Now, I don't want to put it out there, but let's just be realistic. Okay, this X flare, this impact, this absorption is going to cost lives. I hate to say it, but it's just the way it is. This is a very dangerous event. It's going to cost lives. It's going to cause earthquakes and volcanoes. It's going to cause crazy weather. That's going to cost lives. Last time something like this happened, it got pretty rough for a while. Okay, and it's about to get rough again for a while. Let's pray we don't have another X flare. Okay, that potential is extremely high for something just like this or even bigger. All right, and totally facing us too. All right, so there's your D region absorption map. Not looking good right now. All right, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but let's just let the instrumentation speak for itself. You understand here why I'm a stickler for absorption. All this energy going to the poles, right? Getting directed to the core. The core is going to heat and swell. And when it heats and swells, so does the shell around the core. Pretend this is our core with the green part being the core, this blue part being the shell. All right, this spins inside the shell, producing a magnetic field way out here, okay, around the planet. That little dynamo inside the middle, we're pretending this is the core, this green thing, just as a display. Okay, when they at this barrier right here, when they swell, this one wants to swell, the outside ring wants to swell outwards, but it can't because there's so much magma and the crust holding that magma, pushing all the pressure, pushing down on it, that the outer core can't expand outward. So when it heats and expands, it expands back down inward while this is expanding outward. And at that barrier closes up and they start to seize up. And that's when our magnetic field gets weak because that dynamo, much like a motor, is seizing up. Help me, Jesus, help me with this. Everybody get prepared. All right. So there's your D region. We just had an X 1.1. It's not a planet killer. It's not going to knock the power out and stuff like that. It is going to cause some earthquake and volcanic disturbances, weather disturbances, which end up being tragic. Now, all right, let's get to the sunspots. I'm all over the place tonight. I had a very rough day today, so just bear with me. This is the one to be concerned about, 3515, and this 3615 and 3614 should be in red as well. And I'll show you why here in a minute. Okay, now the KP. Let's just pop this sucker open now because we're starting to need these. You can see there's a little, well, maybe you can't. There's a little bit of yellow in our auroras right there. All right, so at the moment, we're still getting a little impact. All right, you see this right here? That's our latest little impact. What I'm concerned about is all of this energy right here that we just absorbed, okay? It's starting to translate to the surface now, all right? We're seeing the uptick in volcanoes, and we just saw an uptick in earthquakes and magnitude, all right? So, because of the absorption of this energy. All right. Help me, Lord. Now we're having another event with this X flare coming our way. We're having absorption already. Whether the CME comes our way or not we'll see. But currently we're already absorbing. So I expect to see more activity, more pressure building down below. All right. So let me take a sip here. Oh my God. All right. Here we go. 2 sunspot regions, 36, 14, and 15. 14 and 15. That thing should be in red. All right. 2 sunspot regions just produced solar flares at nearly the same time. The collective X point or 1.1 event peaked 133, 2 and coronal, 133. The event around AR 3614 appears to be the brighter of the coronal mass ejections. The 2 and coronal dimming originated from 1614. This is not the article I wanted. But in this thing, it shows you here's 3614. All right. We've been all watching the smashed, stamped out, scattered one. And yet it's been this one that's been kicking off stuff. All right. Now what just happened is quite unbelievable. We'll get into that. Next though, let's come over and check out our auroras. Like I said, you can see a little hint of yellow here and a little hint of yellow in there. Okay. Yellow is in the middle here. We're currently absorbing stuff right now. All right. After previously absorbing and about to absorb X flare energy. All right. Let's open up the tracker. All right. They got little pulse, whatever, moving up above us. Nothing yet on this tracker. I thought they showed something before. What was the other one? No, this doesn't have anything on it either. All right, these are worthless. Halo CME and protons increasing. What looks to be a halo coronal mass ejection CME is now visible in updated imagery courtesy of the stereo ahead. Okay. Updated imagery courtesy of LASCO is still required. However, it seems certain that an Earth-directed component will be likely from this event. Damn. The expanding plasma cloud may not be a fast mover, so passage past Earth could be possible within 3 days, 72 hours. More details to follow. All right, so, wow, look at this image with the wings over at Stereo A, huh? Let's go back here real quick here. Come on over to Stereo A. I want to see that. Yeah, stay away from large groups. Have your head on a swivel. Hey, I don't see that image here at Stereo A. Oh, I know why. Look at this. See that? It's not let me see if I can get this to refresh. Bear with me for a second. Something we need to kind of do anyways is go back and see if we can get this latest data from the 23rd. What? Just all right, Lord, please, in your time. I've been experiencing some impossible situations today, trying to maintain my composure. Have you guys had to do that throughout the course of this day? Why is it just freezing up there? All right, let's try it again. One of these days, Google will get it right. It might be due to some problems we're experiencing too. The space weather problems might be glitching and stuff. All I was trying to do was get a fresh. No, I was hoping there'd be a little blue A right there. Thank you for having patience. You got my back. Thank you. That's, you know what? When you guys say that, I can breathe. It really all depends on you guys. I live at a level that depends on your anxiety level. That's why I try to keep you guys calm, and so you guys reflect back on me. Oh, there it is. That was worth refreshing. Dude. Wow. Look at that. Looks like a phoenix. All right. We got 25 frames. Kick back and relax. Grab your drinks, folks. Let me catch this opening frame right here. Okay. Yeah, wow. I would say that again. All right, here we go. Fresh off the press. We got lucky tonight, huh? I guess that's why my show keeps getting delayed like it does. It's for a reason. Now, we're picking up where we left off this event right here, 024. We're going into the 23rd. March 23 is not a very favorable day. 323 is when the dragon showed up back day before Easter. So anyways, we got this going on now. Wow, I can't wait. Here we go. Boom, boom, boom. So you see it busted out from here to here. You see our big, huge plume coming off central core right there. Wow, what a beautiful shot. That looks like wings. All right, let's continue here. Don't let this get you all nervous or anything. Oh, over here, you can see this one clearly. There's something big back here going on. As well as right there, you can see that one. Well, actually, that is that one. Inside is in this little dark pit. So there's a couple of them right there. You see this curvature back in here? Ooh. Let me pull back just a tad bit. I think it's a little too zoomed in. Oh, maybe you can see it right here. Well-defined, crisp, clear line right there. We need to get that zoomed in here. So I jump around sometimes. It's my abstract random. Right in there. And it looks like they have a little moon or something, satellites going along with it. You can see the plasma stretching out to it and cupping around it. Something else going on up here. That one's hard to see, but this you can clearly see. Wow. Ooh. This dark region right up in there. All right, hang on. We got so much to go. I got to stop getting distracted here, but this is important. So, boom, all that coming our way. Well, not all of it. That looks to be going off to the side, but now we got to peek into the future there. See that? We got lucky. We gotta slow this down. All right, let that play for a second while I grab another drink here. Ooh. All right, sorry. Just kind of in shock looking at this because I've seen this before. I was going to wear that shirt today. It has that very image on the back of it. Wow. All right, the Phoenix. That looks like the phoenix rising from the fire, dude. God's handiwork. Incredible work he does. Praying for you, Scan family. I can relate with your dad there. Not getting a surgery or help that he needs. So I pray for him. We'll send some angels his way. You know what? Send him this way. The moment he starts seeing this stuff and starts praying, he'll actually have some healing then. All right, so we got to get back to business. Wow, we'll come back to that. So there's your image, same image from Stereo A, basically right there. And what an event that was. All right. Okay, something real quick here. The image below we see is a comparison of 35 or 3615 from 24 hours ago until now. The sunspot region now located. All right, so you see the difference here. Last night when we were reporting, we had these 40 little cores that were all smashed out and stuff. Now they've grown in strength. They're smashed out, but look how much darker they are. Can we get a bigger picture? Yeah, there we go. And they've circled the Delta class. See the Delta class in there? So, and this was the one that we were kind of worried about, but it's not the one that was producing. It was the other one that's the 3614. And this is 3615. I know sometimes you get a little hard to keep track of them, but that's the southern quadrant one, all right? All right, we got to keep moving on. All right, so back to this. We did the D region. Okay, now let's get on over to spaceweather.com here because what we have here is failure to communicate. No, not at this channel. All right, let's just read this real quick and then we'll get into the actual image here. Co-rotating interaction region. NOAA forecasters say that a co-rotating interaction region, a CIR, could hit Earth's magnetic field on March 25th. That's the blood moon night. And potentially spark a G1 class geomagnetic storm. CIRs are transition zones between fast and slow moving streams of solar wind. All right. They contain shock waves and compressed magnetic fields that can do a good job of igniting auroras. Blah, blah, blah. Strong X-class solar flare. The sun just produced a solar flare so strong it took 2 sunspots to make it. The long duration X1.1 class solar flare on March 23rd. Very ominous date. When both 3615 or it says 3615 and 3615, but it's both 14 and 15 erupted simultaneously. They connected together. Now look at this. This is called a sympathetic solar flare. Okay? Sympathetic flares are pairs of flares that occur almost simultaneously in widely spaced sunspots, not by chance, but because of unseen physical connection. All right. Well, the unseen physical connection was the big planetoid I just showed you. Okay. So let's nearly invisible magnetic loops in the sun's corona connect some sunspots, allowing explosive instabilities. That's what we were talking about last night. About this one down here was its explosive instability. Well, allowing explosive instabilities to travel from one to the other. All right. Remember last night I was showing you this complex, and I was saying it could be this positive, that negative, or that positive, or this negative. Remember there were so many. It was this positive to this negative. The 2 sunspots, not the 2 regions in one sunspot. The 2 sunspots, sympathetic flares. We just had both of them kick off right in our face, you guys. All right. I want you to take a deep breath. And what they're not really going to sit there and point blank to you, open this up, please, Lord. I want this full screen like we had before. Why is it not doing it now? Oh, non-compliance will not be tolerated. I want you to look at that. Sympathetic flares. It didn't connect in its own region. These things connected together. There's loops right here, all right? They also connected to the big object, that huge. This is what caused our huge X1 was 2 flares at the same time. Sympathetic flares. You guys feeling sympathetic? I doubt it. This is just some stupid article probably about it. I messed up. I should have just gone back. Go back. Give me that image back. You can come over here, read the article if you want. Enduring pain is spiritual achievement. God is making him endure pain for spiritual achievement. Sometimes pain is good. It builds character. Sounds sad or mean, but that's how you get stronger. I'm praying too for him, okay? Very sympathetic. Oh, I'm very sympathetic. How funny is that? Anyways, here we go with 2 flares. They don't even measure this one down here, but both of them combined created that X flare. So watch out for a possible connection between these two again as they rotate even more into our strike zone. All right. Not trying to get you all riled up, just trying to let you know we got flares connecting or sunspots connecting to each other, not these regions. That's very scary. But we have something that will soothe our fears. Spiraling comet, shape-shifting comet 12P Pons Brooks has a devil or Romulan warbird, Millennium Falcon, and now is a lawn sprinkler. Okay, well, pretty cool. You can see it spinning down here in the core, and that rotation is changing the little jets, little tails. But this thing is just going to get bigger and bigger, or the tail will, the closer it gets to the sun. And we're already seeing quite a show out of this, and it's not even April 8th yet, when this thing will be going crazy during the eclipse. All right. Yeager assembled this movie from a series of pictures he took. Hey, just kind of like I do. He makes a little flip book out of a series of pictures. Pretty cool. It's not a pulsar, it's our comet, and it's his tail. Oh, I just saw the word pulsar. My bad. Okay, now, Comet 12P is currently located in the constellation Pisces, about 15 degrees above the western horizon, after sunset for most observers in the northern hemisphere. Shining as brightly as a 5th magnitude star, it is relatively easy target for backyard telescopes. Point your optics here to take a look. Want to see real quick? Oh, we don't have time. Please, Lord, give us time. Let this work. Oh yeah. You gotta type in your location. Oh, wait, come on. All right. Here we go. Well, not really showing you any good well, here's Jupiter right here. So if you hold your like your star map or your sky map up to the sky and find Jupiter, it'll be just behind it there. I was hoping for a much better display than that, but all right, we got to move on. So we got the crazy comet. We got twin X flares or twin flares, one of them being an X flare, right? It sent a long duration proton event at us too, and it was all because of the passage of these objects, one coming off the side, one coming off the top, helped those two connect together. All right, those patches are forming because these objects are approaching and interacting with the sun. That's what's causing their complex magnetic fields, is the complex magnetic fields that are approaching and interacting with them. Quite the explosion right there. That is almost picturesque too. All right, my bad. We got to keep moving. So very dangerous time right now. Both of these are complex sunspot regions, and they just arced with each other. Unbelievable. You gotta be kidding me, gotta be kidding me, gotta be kidding me, gotta be kidding me, gotta be kidding me. Gotta be kidding me, 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 gotta be kidding me. Let's get a fresh look. There we go. I'll refresh this. We had some continuity today, which is good. Little weakening right in that zone. You see where that whole little dark stretch right there? And then we had a little pulse right here and there. That's different. Never seen that before. Another weird little one down here too. You see those? They're a little different. Anyways, little weakening right here, but then here we go. We're starting to grind again. We're having pressure built up down there. I'm expecting to see a pretty good white streak coming down here pretty soon when all this pressure builds up down at the core again. All right. This is an indication that pressure had relieved for a little bit and we were going along smooth. We had a little weakening right in there, but then we have another event underway. Okay, that means pressure's building down below. All right, now let's come on over. Good night, Whitetail. Sweet dreams, sweetie. Hopefully this channel, if you stick around for the spiritual report, you should be sleeping well and not having nightmares. I got to refresh that page as well. Having a few technical difficulties, but we will march right on through. Good night, Scan family. You can watch it on replay for the spiritual report later on. All right, let's get to business here. This has changed again. You're looking at the polar vortex. I thought, whoops, I'm at the wrong level. Nope, that's the right level. Remember all our intense areas that were all red? They're mainly all gone. It has really quieted down. Our vortexes are, all right, let's just get into them. Here was our backwards rotating one. You see it getting weaker. It's getting broader and weaker. This is more getting, it's getting more organized, this vortex now. And this was our original polar vortex, is this one. It got pushed down by the upper one, by this weaker one a while ago. Okay. So now we have this one dying, this one gaining strength. All right. Something I want you to notice here is this rotation right here. Actually, there was a full loop right there. It's actually cracked open now, but it's still drawing this inflow. Okay, and this inflow is dragging right across America. All right, so before we had a backwards flow that was reaching from like above my pointer down to Southern California, Mexico. Now that has shifted, moved way up there. And these vortexes now creating this little ridge right here. There's no real fire hose effect. In fact, it looks like we're starting to get rotation right out here. Huh. So constantly changing, constantly shifting, polar vortex. Oh, this is the one. Look at this vortex right here. Do you see what I'm talking about? It's pumping warm air, like, from the southern region up and into California, connecting with this band. All right, now this is your vortexes at the stratosphere. Here, South America, you can see this effect going on right here. Another one kind of right there. So we're in transition right now. So everything's kind of going wonky, but let's focus more here on the northern. So we have our weak one up here, our more of a conveyor belt type smashed out effect here. This one that was an independent one has stopped. It's becoming part of this loop now as it gets smashed out. So that two vortexes is turning back into one bigger one. This one turn a more triangle type shape. All right. This other vortex has gotten smashed out and going conveyor belt on us. We got this vortex down below that's smashed out going conveyor belt on us. All right. So remember last night we still got this up, down, up, down, up, down. See, it's shooting out there, down, back up. We still have that effect, but not in red. It's more in orange and not as intense. So there we go. There's your polar vortexes, just multiple vortexes now. It's hard to even keep track of and report on because it's just constantly changing. I set this up before the show, and now it's different an hour later. So quickly things are changing. Okay, so you're seeing all this activity here. That's your polar vortex. Let's go ahead and start dropping down to transition layer. You see our transition layer. We have another kind of vortex set up right here, dragging a lot of this influence from the south and from the north together here over America. The backwards vortex that's pushing this way is causing this big ridge to build right here, shunting stuff north and south of it, right? Well, as this thing, it used to be way down here, this ridge, and it was pushing stuff further south, right? Now, as this ridge has shifted more up this way, this little empty spot, it was down here. Now that it's traveled more up this way, it's allowing more of this southern flow to go more horizontal. It doesn't have to dip down so much. You see what I'm saying? Because this is up higher, it can flow a little more straight line, at least in this transition zone. And now you see over here, we're getting some really intense flow off of this vortex going on here. And this is in your transition zone. All right, this is usually the quiet area. I don't show it that much because there's not much to report on. But as we look at it here, there's almost an entire polar vortex right here in the transition layer with little sub-vortexes inside of it. Pretty crazy stuff. I bet you the meteorologists, people are just pulling their hair out right now, going, what's going on? All right, now, transition layer, you see how it affects your upper jet stream. Let me take the box out. Okay, you see that ridge pushing stuff to the north, but mostly the stuff that had to go way down here can creep in now. All right, so we still have this little ridge effect right there, but it's still allowing more of this instead of all of it going way down here. That's what I've noticed. I think you guys may agree, or you may have noticed something else. I'll let you be the judge at this channel. That's what's cool about this is you guys are getting smart enough to read this instrumentation without me having to narrate. I could probably go from scene to scene without pointing a thing out, and you guys would see more than I pointed out. Because you got spiritual eyes to see. Alrighty. You see this hot cocktail being made right here off the coast of Southern Cal? Let's go down to. Can we have the unblued, please? I don't know. All right, whatever. All right, let's just go down to. We're at 250 there. Go down to our lower jet now. Okay, see the correlation still kind of. Whoa, that looked like a little sad face, 2 eyes, a nose. All right, I'll put the winds back on. Our lower jet stream now coming across the Pacific, still being shunted, coming down, wrapping around the storm. This storm is pulling cold air off of Alaska, Columbia, or British Columbia into the Pacific, and then wrapping it right back up into California. So California getting hit with the storm right now. It just started to rain here. So, oh, poor little sad face. How weird. All right. That's your lower jet. Let's show you the right where the weather now. Okay, here's the storm off the coast of the Pacific Northwest, taking energy up from here, bringing it up into California. So, some heavy rains, heavy snows in the mountains. Watch out for a potential atmospheric river effect if things shift a little bit. You see this blue line right in there? That's a barrier in the winds. Okay, you see the little notch right there? That tells me there's a big, strong storm front coming right through that area. Let's go down the surface here. All right, this is at the surface, and look at the structure, the rotating structure on this storm right here as it's lashing the west coast here. I'll come back out a little bit further. You can see this very complex storm out there as well. Let me just come up a tad bit higher. We need it right about there. All right, so there's your weather. Big old storm that just came off of this region. Oh, I'm going too slow tonight. I'm sorry. Where are we going now? Particles. Can we get rid of the blue? I want the blue one there. All right. There we go. Take off the winds real quick, and let's do our sandstorm report. Oh, dear God. All right. Check out what's going on there. We got our huge sandstorm that's blowing most of Africa into the ocean. All right, now you've got this strong storm front right here that has picked up this sand and whipping it around now, and you see this intense plume of sand in the form of like a big curled wave right there. Gotta be kidding me, 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 gotta be kidding me. All right, here we got Sandstorm is actually blowing off of Saudi Arabia across the Gulf. That's amazing. Sandstorm over the water. Imagine that. This one up here seems to be weakening, but we have two independent ones up here. One there and one here now. This is the Gobi Desert one. This is our secondary. It used to be over here. So we got a little shift in our sandstormage. Why did I do that? It's a certain storm chaser does it. And if you follow storm chasing and you know anything about it, you might know who does that. And it makes me laugh when he does it. That's why I do it, because it makes me laugh. Anyways, here we are. Sandstorm, just huge. Long duration. This thing's been going on since November of 23. All right. It started to peter out just last week. Remember, we saw, a weakening in this area and some other ones picking up. Well, this one's back in full force. with a big old tsunami wave. That almost looks like a sign, doesn't it? Doesn't it look like a big old tsunami wave coming towards the East Coast? Is that nature? Hi, nature. Welcome. I'm glad you made it. When you get to know me better, you'll understand why. Just hang out, enjoy the show, feel my character. All right. There's your sandstorm. Now let's get on over to our chemicals here, to our SO2. Yeah, we're having some issues tonight. I'm going to take the wind off, and we're going to look at the SO2, which is sulfur dioxide that surrounds the magma down below. And when pressure builds up, it pushes more of this gas out. So when we get these darker plumes like this, when it darkens and gets more intense, let me take you to our color chart. Do you see this color chart right here in the middle? At least it's not blue. Purple being the more intense, all right? Gray, white, orangish, pink, purple, and then really dark blue, all right? Even black is in there. So what we're looking for is change of color since yesterday. So yesterday it was pretty dark. It's still about the same darkness. We're seeing the spread over into this region as well, still pretty much the same. Wow. India is still pretty dark. Middle East still got a lot of this sulfur dioxide pushing out through all the perforations in the crust. All right. The crust isn't totally solid. There's little water can drip down through the dirt. There's all sorts of little channels, air pockets, and ways that it can get through. And I call those perforations in the crust. It could be a fissure, too, that just ripped open and, now it's emitting sulfur. So, howdy, nature. Welcome. Say hi. Get comfortable. Hang out with the family while we do this. All right. We've had a little bit of change up here. It looks lighter, but let's put the winds on. And sure enough, you can see that the winds are carrying a lot of this color that would have been over the island out into the water. So it would be a little bit darker in here if it weren't for the wind taking a lot of it offshore. All right. So a lot of pressure in this region, okay? Even though the wind's blowing it away, I want you to look where nice dark purple is. Right there in that channel. Krakatoa is right here in that channel. Okay, it's just outside the mouth of this channel right here, okay? And we have all this pressure and sulfur dioxide emitting from the water, okay? That's in between two land masses. Because there's so much pressure in that region, and this seems to be our little relief valve, all right? Other places we gotta check real quick. Let's come over to America. Yes, the nation divided. Oh, we gotta take the wind off of there. All right, and you can see bleeding out from one side, the other side pretty clear. Right down the middle. It has darkened up right through this band. You guys, we need to talk about this band, this stretch right here. Last night when I was showing you the lightning, there were 60,000 lightning strikes in this band during the storm the other day. It totally marked this section of the eclipse. Can you see it? That's amazing that the pressure is actually kind of following that little trail. Another indication of how important that day is. All right, so there's America. Nation divided, bleeding out on one half, clearing out on the other, okay? Still dark in that region. I would say that's an increase in pressure. There are so many things that are lining up with this line right here. And when it crosses here in Texas, we all know what happens there. But when it crosses the other line at the New Madrid, And we had the same quake back in 1812. We're seeing all the same things that happened in 1811. So we're seeing a repeat. I'll let you be the judge of that, okay? But you see what you're seeing. I did not make that up. That is actually on the map. All right, enough of this. We got to move on. Pressure on the rise. Let's get on over to our earthquake report. If we can, Lord, please, some USBS would be nice. Oh, thank you, Lord, for some BS. All right, let's come on over to where we usually start off. We'll get to the big quake in a second. Around our deep region right here, not much. Let's go take a peek at this. This is a 4.9 down at 187. That's a 5. Come on down here. That's not right on the boundary, but it's on the pressure wave, this little pressure ridge. 4.8 down at 42. 4.7 down at 29. Here on the fracture zone, 4.8 down at 5. And that was it for down that way. Now, come back here. No, I didn't want that. All right. Now you can see we've had this little quake, no deep quake. So this is all basically pressure at the surface. Some deep stuff, like in this pit, possibly. Yeah. In this pit right here, we have a 4.0 down at 547. All right. That could induce some activity on the other plate right here at this weak spot that we've seen our big quake before. But it doesn't seem to be really reacting. It seems to be really paying off down here. Where? What's the name of this island again? Oh, yeah, Java. And right where we saw the plumes blowing the sulfur dioxide out here is right where we've had our 6.4. It was a 6.7 that I saw, but everything keeps kind of going downgraded. So we'll say 6.5, all right? Because these guys aren't. Let's just leave it alone. You all understand why. I'll let you be the judge of that as well. Mid-range 4 at the surface. 6.4, 6.5 with an aftershock of 4.5. You see what's right next to this? There's an island right there. That is a volcanic island that is poking up from the seafloor all the way up through the surface. It's a volcano that made it through the water. And in fact, you can see its old little, its old chamber here is filled up with water. Okay. And that little island right there, boy, when it spreads out down to the ocean floor, that puts these right on the flank of this old volcano. Old volcano that's next to Java, that's next to erupting volcano up here. In fact, let's go take a peek at this. 4.6 down at 56 here. So a lot of energy being relieved in this area right here, with the whole island of Java, all the volcanoes on it, the earthquake activity right off of the shore on the volcano flank down there. If this was out here on the plate boundary, it'd be different. But this is right on the flank of this island, on the flank of that volcano. All right. As we go up here, this quake, something else I want to show you while we're here. Right here. Okay. Do you see this lake? Do you see the crater that's around it? That is an old dormant volcano right there. And right next to this peak right here, guess what this is? This is Mar-Oppie, not Mur-Oppie, but M-A-R-Oppie. right there that's going off. So now when we talk about it, you'll understand that an active volcano so close to this big thing is not good as well. Let's just watch that region carefully. We have activity down here that's relieving pressure and volcano activity trying to do the same. Up here, just off the Gobi Desert in a little region, mid-range 4, there's 2 of them. There's more than 2 of them. Mid-range 4, 4.1, and a 4.9. So a 5, a mid-range 4, and a 4. All 3 right there in that pressure ridge zone off of the Gobi Desert there. Okay, ooh, look at this. What the, what do we got going on here? In the Red Sea, we have 3 quakes in the Red Sea, a 4.6, a 4.4, and a 4.5. Oh, 3 4s, 4, 5, and 6, right on the plate boundary, right here at the Red Sea crossing. Ooh. Diverse quakes, 3 of them. Take note, 4, 5, 6, 3 4s on the plate boundary. Wow. That screams volumes right there. 4.4 up here in Greece. Oh, little activity on the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, mid-range 4, releasing energy at the surface there. We've had a little quake activity out here. 2.7, little 2.5 there. 2.6 up there, and a little 2.6. Let's just change up real quick here. No, this one. Just want to see where our quake swarmage kind of events are going on. A little fresh one on the San Andreas. Nothing up here at the Cocos. The place here at the geysers here still having its little small magnitude quake swarm, so that's good. It's relieving energy. We had something out here in the valley, 2.4 out there in Orlando. All right, so your kind of West Coast activity kind of going down through there. Okay, change back. And I think we're almost done with that report. What's that? 4.1. Over here in Japan was a mid-range 4 and another mid-range 4, pretty close. This little spot on this island where we had a big quake and a swarm before, you're seeing activity right next to it too. So with this increase in the pressure down below, some of these little spots to watch, like where we're seeing previous quake activity, fulcrum points. This one is a deep quake, which could result in a bigger quake at the surface, and this is a weak spot right here at this plate boundary, so that could be a potential spot. Basically, we might see more energy really coming out around Java here. Might see more quakes on this volcanic flank there. Along that ridge, it's been very quiet up here by these fulcrum points, so there could be, quake popping off there. But what really intrigues me is this. Wow, this is wild. 3 quakes. Ooh, I'm not going to touch it. You guys know what's going on there. All right, let's get out of this. I really need to kind of close out some instruments. Oh, just X out of it without having to go black. Hang on, I was trying to get rid of a couple of instruments here. X out of them so we can have more room for our spiritual report, because I had to pull up more stuff. Lord, please, I'm just trying to do a simple thing. Please, bring it back. I don't want that page anymore. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. All right, so we still have to do a volcano report. Let's get that done here. And we'll get to the spiritual report, quick weather report too. Sorry. Hang in there. When I had it open before on my computer, nothing was working, so I had to take down a couple of pages just to get the show rolling. Okay, here we go. March 23rd. Fuego, Popo, Semeru, Recahenus. With this new pressure coming in, watch out. Recahenus is going to be, well, it's still going, but it's going to, intensify. So, Recahenus, the Blue Lagoon, announced today that its offices will remain closed until Monday. They might want to remain closed for a little longer because there's more pressure or more energy coming our way. So, Recahenus getting ready. Ebico, here we are, 8,000 feet there. Semeru on East Java, 15,000 feet. Popocatépetl in central Mexico. We got to watch Mexico as well. 20,000 feet. Fuego in Guatemala, 17,000 feet. Sangays in Ecuador, it's usually in the 20s. So let's go ahead and open up the 22nd and do today's report. All right, still talking about Recahenus. It'll probably keep erupting, might increase in intensity. Your lava curtains getting higher. We got Suano-Sejima here, volcanic ash advisory, 4,000 feet there. Manam in Papua New Guinea, a 10,000 foot blast out of it. All right, so watching out for that one. Okay, Ibu in Indonesia, 12,000 feet. Semeru, East Java, 15,000. Flight level 150 is 15,000 feet. Tina Kula, still in the Solomon Islands. Watch, this thing will become more active. Popocatépetl, 20,000 feet. I bet you it'll increase in height here pretty soon. Fuego, 15,000 feet. Nevada del Ruiz, 21,000 feet. It could go higher. Watch that one go higher here soon. Sangay, Reventador, Sabancaya, yeah, they're unable to detect. All right. Here we go with our list. Currently active ones that could hop over. All right. You can read this list as we go here. Let me try to get a little bit better for the camera here. All right. Bizamani, Ducono, Ebico, Erebus, and Antarctica, Urda Ale. Here, let me just bring it up to the top. Fernandina, Fuego, Ibu, Krakatau, and the Sunda Strait still currently active. Okay. Luatolo, Marapi, that's the one that's right next to that big old lake in the crater. Messiah in Nicaragua. Merapi in central Java. So we got two in Java that are currently erupting, and we have the island off of Java with that earthquake activity on the flanks. Michael Sandwich. Whoa, Michael Sandwich. No, I don't want the blue part. Michael in the South Sandwich Islands, Popocatépetl, Reventador. Can't get that off. Popo, Recahenus, currently erupting. Sabancaya, Sakurajima, Sangay. All right, enough of that. All right, so watch all your volcanoes, folks, and watch new ones that we've never even heard of come to life. Those are just like your diverse quakes, diverse volcanoes as well. Because some of these ones that we see here, come back down to this list right here on this minor activity. Some of these we're expecting to jump over, right? And it's a new surprise. It's something that we've never heard of. So it could be any of these going active and, hopping over to the active, or it could be some unknown one. Here's Manam. We just saw that one had an explosion today. It should be over on this list. Here's Nevada del Ruiz. It's at 21,000 feet. Should be over on this list, okay? There's ones on this list that are just... Watch out for Recon de Vieja. All right, enough of that. Let's do our weather. Or can we just do some weather here and get to our spiritual report? I got some more stuff for your spiritual report tonight, so your patience will pay off. And I'm going to bang this out as fast as we can here. Please give me the button. There we go. All right. Let that load up and play. What a storm that was moving off the coast. Watch out for this thing next. All right, we're waiting for all those frames to load up there. And then we'll bang this out. Most of the tail end there looks pretty clear, so we won't have to go over that stuff, really. It's too far out in the future anyway, so. But look how clear it showed there. Okay, current conditions right now. The nighttime of the 22nd, we have this severe weather off the tip of Florida hitting the Keys, but we have this wraparound severe weather that's coming back towards land here. So watch out in the morning of the 23rd here as severe weather skirts the coast here and kind of drives inland a little bit. You're going to have an icing event possibly in between the cold air mass and the moist air, right in that little zone possibly. So, and that could shift. All this could shift east, west, south, north. So in this general vicinity is going to be an event in the morning. They're going to wake up to this. Then as it goes into the noontime tomorrow, like I was saying, March 23rd is... I shouldn't go there. Very dangerous date. And let's just get into it. Let me zoom in the one more click we can get. One more dimension in, and I want you to take note. Pennsylvania, New York, Long Island, Massachusetts, Connecticut, severe weather tomorrow afternoon. I think that's still noontime. Yeah, that's the noontime. Then we go into convection. Here's where it really gets gnarly, is at convection, and it's right there. I think God's got a plan for New York City and that whole part of the coast right there. The Hamptons. What? Maybe he's going after that, huh? I don't know. But look at that. That is going to be ice, severe ice. That is dark burgundy. It's not even doing it justice. It's so dark. All right. That event right there is going to be historical. Probably a lot of people might be without power. Possible. There could be all kinds of freaking nature events that would happen during something like this. So potential loss of life. Everybody pray for those people in those regions. If you have anybody out there, I would get on the horn right now because it's firing off right now. This is just moments away. That's the morning of the 23rd, noon. It bearing down on them at noon, and then by convection, when the cloud tops are at their highest, it just unleashes. And that's the nighttime of the 23rd as it kind of skirts the coast of Maine. You see this intense snow wrapping back around the backside there. Then it finally clears by the morning of the 24th. Imagine that. As another storm comes in here, I'll be up there in the snow. Enjoying some snow up at Tahoe at noon through convection and into the nighttime. It clears out. Now this big low, watch out. Look how that thing formed. You see this huge ridge and all these millibars, very high winds congealing together. It's wrapping up. It's getting organized and starting to, get this comma shape effect. Look at this thing out here too, just acting like a hurricane. Right there will be the morning of the 25th. So it congeals here, noon. There's your convection. little severe spot right here at the apex of where the cold air mass and the very apex of the warm air shunting up this way hit. So there could be a little outbreak, not necessarily right in that little triangle. It could be anywhere in this area, okay, on the convection of the 24th. There's the nighttime. There's still a chance there. Morning of the 25th, noon. All right, QLCS by noontime the 25th, getting very severe QLCS by the convection. So the 24th and the 25th, this goes into the nighttime, gets severe in the morning time. Look how well organized this thing is, wrapping up like it is. There's the noon, convection, and nighttime of the 26th. So that's a long duration severe outbreak starting at the morning of the 25th. Right here is a little stripe right there, starting to a little small linear front, and then it gets pretty organized there with a big 7 right there. And then that's the end of convection. We have a well-defined QLCS with well-defined pop-ups, which is not what I like to see. All right. I'd rather just see one solid band, but you see these sub bands out in front of it. That tells me the atmosphere is ripe for these pop-ups out in front, and those are the ones that can be very quick, erupting, very dangerous, long-lasting. So that event right there has the potential to be very dangerous and life-threatening, okay? And that'll be the convection of the 25th. Through the nighttime of the 25th, into the morning of the 26th. This is where people might get hurt as well because it's severe. It's in the morning and it's in Alabama, Mississippi State, right at the border right there. So this is going to catch people off guard in the early hours. It's going to be rumbling down on them at nighttime, into the morning hours right there, the 26th. That's the noon time. It's still convecting, but dissipates by the end of convection. This shows it dissipating. That could all change, especially when we have energy coming in from the sun. Today's the 22nd, right? It's now turning the 23rd. So 3 days would be the 26th. That's the 26th. This whole event right here could be intensified by inbound energy. Okay, so that could change and intensify. After that, another storm striking the coast here by the 27th right there. That's morning of the 27th, noon. Convection, severe weather on the coast, convection. The nighttime of the 27th, look at that creeping up in there. Morning of the 28th. Look at that. Noon, convection, nighttime. Morning of the 29th, noon, convection, nighttime. Morning of the 30th, noon, convection, nighttime. April Fool's, noon. Look at this QLCS almost going horizontal. Noon, convection, nighttime. Oh, wait, that's April Fool's. My bad. I forgot the 31st. All of this back here was the 31st. Morning of the 31st, noon, convection, nighttime. April Fool's, noon, convection, nighttime. Second, noon, convection, nighttime. All right, the rest of that's all worthless. All right, we're done. Let's get on over to the spiritual report now. So let's just start doing this. All right, I was telling you about some of these crop circles and how these planetary formations and alignments were laid out and stamped out in the crop circles. But there was some other stuff as well, more like communication. Now, this is a little older footage. Hopefully some of you guys are aware of Jaime Maussan. He's also a well-renowned 324 right there. Ufologist as well. But look what we're going to talk about here. So let me get some sound going here. And Lord, could we just play?
Starting with this in the year 2013 of August, the year 2000, close to Chilbolton. You have this, we didn't know how important this was. The same day, next year. I don't know why many investigators haven't given importance to this. Do you think this could be done at night? In one night? Look at it.
Notice how it's bisected down the middle? Okay.
It's three-dimensional. Clearly three-dimensional. And we made a little analysis on this, and we found something really interesting. The face in the middle and the one in the left have Gaussian filter 6.6 pixels. What do we see there? We see the face, and you see that the face is receiving light from the right side, illuminating all the right area in the face, to the middle, to the nose, to the mouth. The mouth is producing shadow, the nose is producing shadow. You can see that around the face in the right side is lighter than the left side, which I think proves that this creature is real.
Hey!
And put his face in the field. Why? Because 4 days later, we received this. As you know, it's the so-called answer from the stars. And we have a lot of information there regarding...
All right, see the little body there, the little head and stuff. All right, see the message. It's the same message we sent out, all encoded, coming back. All right. And that was stamped in the field. This is old news. This is stuff that everybody should have taken note of way back when it happened. But what I wanted to get to is this face. Okay. Now, this is the first time the crop field has been a bunch of little dots. Usually it's stamped in a circle with pretty designs and stuff. This was stamped in the field right next to the observatory. The radio observatory is right in the background here. Same with the other things that were captured here are right next to the radio observatory. Here, let me finish this off. My bad. So, and then we'll come back to this real quick.
That this creature is real.
Not a creature.
His face.
I'm a person.
In the field.
Not a creature.
Why? Because 4 days later.
That's the observatory. That's a radio telescope.
As you know, it's the so-called answer from the stars.
From God.
And we have a lot of information there regarding the message we sent. 10 digits in mathematics is the same for them. I don't want to really go in detail, but there are many little information. The atom carbon are the same with these creatures. They have silicium in their body. The chemicals for the DNA, the structure of the DNA, the size of the genome. We have the answers. I believe these are real answers.
That's their solar system, or the other one.
I could go in detail.
And that's their radio telescope. This is ours. That's their radio telescope.
Well, what we found is that...
Or God's radio telescope.
That was exactly the figure that we saw the year before. It means that they sent first the instrument that they were going to use. Second, they present themselves. And third, they answer. Next year, also on August...
All right, so let's get back to this face. Does this face look familiar?
I don't know why
It
Many
probably didn't
investigators
look familiar back then, but after seeing some of the other faces on this show and the bisymmetry I've talked about,
haven't given importance to this. Do you think this could be done at night?
all right? So while you're looking at that face, hang on, I want, okay, that, okay, please, Lord, I'm trying to do something here.
Elaborate hoax. And,
No, I did not say
I gotta
play.
be honest, I'm not completely sold on this. And the only reason
Pause. I did not hit play. It's so frustrating when you press a button and you expect it to do a certain thing and it totally does the opposite. Can be challenging sometimes. Hang on. I want that right there without the chat box. There we go. This image is sitting there for a minute. All right, I want you to listen to this.
Look at it. It's three-dimensional, clearly three-dimensional. And we made a little analysis on this, and we found something really interesting. The face in the middle and the one in the left have Gaussian filter 6.6 pixels. What do we see there? We see the face, and you see that the face is receiving light from the right side, illuminating all the right area in the face, to the middle, to the nose, to the mouth. The mouth is producing shadow, the nose is producing shadow. You can see that around the face in the right side is lighter than the left side, which I think proves that this creature is real and put his face in the field. Why? Because 4 days later, we received this. As you know, it's the so-called answer.
Where's the bigger face? Right there. Okay. Same face. Same me. Same guy. Bisected down the middle with white, with light on one side. Let me show you the bisymmetry pictures so you guys can relate. You see that face right there. Then you see that right there. Get it? That's the spiritual condition that you guys have. You're bipolar. You have bisymmetry. You're trying to fight the negative thoughts in your head with the good side of your brain. There's spiritual warfare going on inside you. And that's what we're here to help you with. Years ago, stamped into. Crazy, huh? Now we're going to come over to this wonderful event. If we can get, Lord, we have some help with pulling up this page here. I seem to be having trouble with my cooperation with my computer tonight, Lord. So could you please help here? Okay. EVP captured during a storm here. Okay, storm chasers chasing down this tornado. The tornado's flipping over a van in the background. And what he didn't know was an electromagnetic voice print was left on his audio on this video recording in the audio section of his video. And you can hear his windshield wipers going. The image isn't very clear, but it's the audio that I want you to listen to and what it's saying. I'll try not to blast your ears out too much, but it's important that you hear this EVP as well. There goes. Like a lion, and he's God.
Outside.
Alright, so I did not make this up. This is a storm chaser, and this video was in somebody else's weather video. And once I plucked this segment out and made a video, I saved the link as put it in my bookmarks, and when I came back to it, this whole segment that I just showed you is now missing from the original link. Why would someone do that if there's nothing going on there? Why would they delete these vital scenes where you can hear like a lion and he's God? All right, so the whole spiritual realm knows, the whole universe knows. The only people that don't know are the few people left here on this planet. Everybody that just died recently knows. And now my audience knows. Okay, so let's get back to doing some reading. Not that face, but there we go. Let me pull that up a little better for you. All right. Lit from the right side. Strange. Three-dimensional face lit from the right side, stamped into the fields, now showing up next to the moon. My face. Imagine how I feel seeing my face in the sky going, what? What is going on here? It's not all about me. I'm not like egotistical guy. I'm a regular dude, man. Why my face in the sky? Oh, I know why. Yeah, I figured it out. So, everybody take a nice deep breath all the way in. Hold your breath. Exhale nice and slow. I'm going to do the same here as we got a lot to read tonight, so everybody curl up. Hopefully you've got some endurance for tonight's reading. Yay. I hear some people saying yay. All right, good. Let's get it on. All right. So, I want you to think of this. As you listen to birds calling to one another, hear also my love call to you. I speak to you continually through sights, sounds, thoughts, impressions, and scripture. There is no limit to the variety of ways I can communicate with you. There is no limit to the variety of ways I can communicate with you. Just like being live on YouTube. Because there is no limit to the variety of ways I communicate with you. Your part is to be attentive to my messages in whatever form they come. When you set out to find me in a day, you discover that the world is vibrantly alive with my presence. You can find me not only in beauty and bird calls, but also in tragedy and faces filled with grief. I can take the deepest sorrow and weave it into a pattern for good. So search for me and my messages as you go through each day. You will seek me and find me when you seek me with your whole being. Some of you sought me with your whole being, and now you're sitting here right now. You found me. I was just hearing about some secrets, and everybody's trying to keep their secrets, right? And it's funny because everybody keeps secrets because it's bad, right? That's why they want to keep it a secret, because it's something terrible. Well, I have a secret, but mine's something wonderful. Yet, when I try to tell my secret to people, they don't believe me. So, anyways, you will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your whole being. Now, relax and let me lead you through each day. I have everything under control, my control. You tend to peer anxiously into each day that is before you, trying to figure out what to do and when. Meanwhile, the phone or the doorbell rings and you have to reshuffle your plans. All that planning ties you up in knots and distracts you from me. Attentiveness to me is not only for your quiet time, but for all of your time. Okay? So attentiveness to me is not only for this nice quiet time, but for all of your time. As you look to me, I show you what to do now and what to do next. Vast quantities of time and energy are wasted in obsessive planning. When you let me direct your steps, you are set free to enjoy me and to find what I have prepared for you that day. All kinds of treasures just laying out there. If you just quietly listen, you'll see them all. You'll find them all. Okay? And one of those treasures is hope. That's what we're all about here. That's why I do what I do, is to bring you guys real hope. Hope is a golden cord connecting you to heaven. This cord helps you hold your head up high even when multiple trials are buffeting you. And I'm talking about multiple trials buffeting you, but you can continue to keep your head up high. I never leave your side, and I never let go of your hand. But without the cord of hope, your head may slump and your feet may shuffle as you journey uphill with me. Hope lifts your perspective from your weary feet to the glorious view you can see from the high road. Okay? That's what hope does. Hope lifts your perspective from your weary feet, your weary head, to the glorious view that you now see from the high road. You are reminded that the road we're traveling together is ultimately a highway to heaven. When you consider this radiant destination, the roughness or smoothness of the road ahead becomes much less significant. I am training you to hold in your heart a dual focus, my continual presence and the hope of heaven. So, while we're doing this training, hold in your heart two things at the same time: my continual presence and the hope of heaven. Okay? I want you to let my love seep into the inner recesses of your being. Do not close off any part of yourself from me. I know you inside and out, so don't try to present a cleaned up self to me. Wounds that you shut away from the light of my love will fester and become wormy. Okay? So don't hide anything. Wounds that you shut away from me will fester and become wormy. Secret sins that you hide from me can split off and develop lives of their own. Do you understand that? Your sins that you try to hide develop lives of their own, controlling you without you even realizing it. So, open yourself fully to my transforming presence. Let my brilliant love light search out and destroy those hidden fears. This process requires time alone with me, like right now. As my love light soaks into your innermost being, I want you to enjoy my perfect love, which expels every trace of fear. I know what happened today. I know what's going on, and I feel your guys' anxiety. Remember, I was telling you, you can look at the headlines, but then just read the headline, turn away. Don't keep looking into the story deeper. It's okay to be aware of what's going on, but don't let it consume your mind. Come to me continually. I am meant to be the center of your consciousness, the anchor of your soul. Your mind will wander from me, but the question is, how far will you allow it to wander? An anchor on a short rope lets a boat drift only slightly before the taut line tugs the boat back to the center. So, an anchor on a short rope lets the boat drift only slightly before it stops. Okay? Similarly, as you drift away from me, my spirit within you gives a tug, prompting you to return to me. So as you become increasingly attuned to my presence, the length of rope on your soul's anchor is shortened, isn't it? Isn't it? For those that grasp that concept, as you become increasingly attuned to my presence, the length of rope on your soul's anchor is shortened. You wander only a short distance before feeling that inner tug, then telling you to return to your true center, which is in me. Well, I got other ones too. Oh boy, we got lots of them. Okay, so what was the other image we had? No, it was just those two images. We'll just stick with this one tonight. I'm not going to bounce around. What's this? Notes on the backside? Oh, other notes. Okay, here we go. I am the gate. Whoever enters through me will be saved. I am the only entrance to the path of life, to eternal life. If you do not enter through me, you will never find salvation from your sins. Some people compare the spiritual journey to climbing a mountain. There are many paths that lead to the summit, and all the successful climbers will end up at the same place. All right? People often use this analogy to claim that all paths to God are equally effective. Nothing could be further from the truth. Okay? This idea that there are many paths that lead to the summit and that all successful climbers will wind up at the same place. They claim that all paths lead to God are equally effective. Nothing could be further from the truth. You can enter salvation only through me, the one true gate. Once you have come through this gate, you can enjoy walking along the path of life with me. I don't guarantee you an easy journey, but I do promise to be with you every moment. No matter what difficulties you may encounter along the way, there is joy to be found in my presence. Moreover, each step you take brings you closer to your goal, your heavenly home. I draw near to you in the present moment. Seek to enjoy my presence in the present. Trust and thankfulness are your best allies in this quest. Something I need to talk to you guys about this, and we're talking about replay. When you go back and watch this later, this still applies at every single second of every single day. I draw near you in that present moment. Right now, even when you're watching this on replay 2 hours later, 4 days later, at that very present moment, I'm still drawing near to you. Seek to enjoy my presence in the present. Trust and thankfulness will be your best allies in this quest. When you wallow in the past or worry about the future, your awareness of me grows dim. But the more you trust me, the more fully you can live in the present, where my presence awaits you always. Speak to me frequently. I trust you, Jesus. I love you, O Lord, my strength. These short prayers keep you close to me, confident that I'm lovingly watching over you. Lovingly watching over you. Okay? Those short little ones, Jesus, I trust you, or I love you, O Lord, you're my strength. It doesn't have to be eloquent. Just speak what you're feeling. It doesn't have to be thous and these and all that. Speak to me like a person. I'm a person. How would you talk to somebody that loved you deeply? You wouldn't say, "Thou art late for dinner tonight." You'd be like, "Hey, we're running late for dinner. Can I help you cook?" Whatever. That's more authentic, okay? So, these short prayers keep you close to me. They take your mind off of the situation. They remind you of your heavenly home, your highway that you're on. You're on the highway to heaven. The road's just kind of bumpy. So when that road gets bumpy, you know I am right there at that present moment. Always. Even when you're sitting in your car in the middle of the day, I'm sitting right next to you and inside of you at the same time. Two realms at the same time, and that's what I'm trying to get you guys to do, is live in the spiritual realm while being in the physical world. You're coming up against challenges that are pushing your buttons and getting you angry and irritated, and it's buffering your soul, and I'm trying to bring you techniques that will stop that buffering for your own mental health, okay? This is stuff that should be taught in schools, but they took me out of the schools. These short prayers keep you close to me and confident that I am lovingly watching over you. It is important for you to grow not only more trusting, but more thankful. See, it's a grateful attitude that's essential for living near me. Ingratitude is offensive to me, and it drags you down as well, both spiritually and emotionally. Okay? I'm sure you guys can relate. Ingratitude, when you busted your butt for somebody and you worked and earned all that money and then they blew it on something and threw it away. All your hard work was ingratitude, all right? So ingratitude is offensive to me. It drags you down, both spiritually and emotionally. See, it doesn't hurt me. It's offensive to me, but who it hurts is you. It drags you down spiritually and emotionally. That's why it's important that you reflect back to me that a grateful attitude is essential for living near me. Ingratitude offends me and it drags you down both spiritually and emotionally. So remember that you are receiving a kingdom that cannot be shaken, no matter what is happening in your life or in the world. This means that you have a constant, unshakable reason to be thankful. Okay, practice that. Have a constant, unshakable reason to be thankful. Stay anchored to me and enjoy my presence by giving thanks in all circumstances. When you try that, all of a sudden it's not so bad. You find yourself saying thank you for it. You're growing stronger. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? We're building strength. You can't build strength out of treating people like a sissy. You have to break them down to build them up. Sometimes some of those circumstances might not feel good, but stay anchored to me and enjoy my presence by giving thanks in all circumstances. A lot of time people are, hey, help me now at the very end when circumstances are so bad. Hey, don't forget about the good times. I'm right there with you, enjoying the good times too. You could look over and say, "Hey, thank you, Jesus, for this awesome time with my kids. Whatever it is, awesome time with family, patched up relationships, healing. Some of your family members are in pain and sick. I can help that. And then when I do help that, and they do receive the healing, just a simple recognition and thanks is all it is. It's not like get on your knees and worship, blah, blah, blah. It's a simple recognition and a thank you. Wouldn't you like to be thanked? If somebody, went out of their way, if you went out of your way for somebody, it's something similar. How would you like to be treated? Okay, so moving on. As you look to me more and more, I become your joyful focus. When you look at the world today, many disturbing things call out for your attention. And if you concentrate too much on those things, you will become deeply discouraged. Deeply discouraged, deeply deranged, deeply disturbed, deeply immoral. The world is just a armpit. Okay, so if you concentrate too much on that armpit, you will be deeply discouraged, disturbed. Meanwhile, the one who is continually with you calls out, I'm right here. Look to me. I'm right here. I am here. Look to me, beloved, and find joy in me. Find peace. Find hope. Come back here, computer. It's going to give us problems, but it's okay. We will continue. I will continue to fight for you guys. All right. Very important things right here that you need to start focusing on. There we go. So don't concentrate too much on the things you see in the world. You will be deeply discouraged. Just like the events that happened. What is going on here? Stay. Like the events that happened today. All right. You can find out what happened. Don't start theorizing what might happen next. Oh, they're going to do this. They're going to do that. All that does is lead to stress in your head and you not sure what really they're going to do. So don't speculate. Find out what happened and then see the headline and then let it play out. You don't need to know the body count. All right. So, because when you look at that stuff, it disturbs your mind. So the more you look at it, the more disturbed you're going to be. The shorter that, I'm trying to shorten the rope to the anchor to keep you close. So the one who is continually with you calls out, I am here. Look to me, beloved, and find joy and peace in my presence. My presence can bless you always, even when it's the only thing in the background of your mind. You can learn to stay conscious of me while you are engaged in other matters. Okay? My presence can bless you always, even when it's only in the background of your mind. You can learn to stay conscious of me while you are engaged in other matters. The magnificent brain I gave you can function on several tasks at once. When you're doing something that involves a lot of brain power, your awareness of my presence will be subtle. Nonetheless, it can be comforting and encouraging. Making me your joyous focus is not escapism. Okay? Making me your joyous focus is not escapism. On the contrary, your attentiveness to me strengthens you. You got this? Your attentiveness to me strengthens you and gives you courage to cope with the difficulties in your life. The more persistently you look to me, the more effective and joyful you will be. You overwhelmingly conquer through me, the King of Glory who loves you. So you are overwhelmingly conquering stuff through me who loves you. No matter what is happening in this fractured, fallen world or in your life, you are still victorious. No matter what is happening in this fractured, fallen world or in your life, you are victorious. I won the victory once for all time through my sacrificial death and miraculous resurrection and my return. My unfailing love has accomplished this wondrous conquest and made you much, much more than a conqueror. You are an heir to the kingdom of eternal life and light. How's that? Huh? What a gift that is. Okay? My unfailing love has accomplished this wondrous conquest and made you much more than a conqueror. You are now an heir to the kingdom of eternal life and light. Nothing will be able to separate you from my love. Ponder it. Ponder what it means to have me as the lover of your soul every moment, forever and ever. Your soul is the eternal part of you, the part that can never be separated from me. It is not what you see in the mirror or what other people reflect back to you. It is the essence of who you are, the real you that is being transformed from glory to glory to glory and more glory. Therefore, do not be discouraged by the defects you see in yourself. Instead, remember that you are continually being transformed into my image and rejoice. And that was it for tonight, I think. The other 50 pages, Lord? Really? 50 more? They can't hang out that long, I don't think. Just a couple more things I want to repeat after this last one. I want you guys to understand at this current moment while you're listening to me, you are currently overwhelmingly conquering things through me. No matter what is happening in this world, you are victorious. No matter what is happening in this fractured, fallen world or in your fractured, fallen life, you are still victorious. I won that victory. My unfailing love has accomplished that wondrous conquest and made you much, much more than just a conqueror. You are a conqueror, and you are also an heir to the kingdom of eternal life and light. That should just make you throw your arms up in the air and rejoice. Instead, remember that you're continually being transformed into my image and rejoice. 50 pages more, but we're going to close with one more here. I got one more, and I still got, well, we'll see how long you guys hang out here. So, I want you to draw water from the wells of salvation with joy. These wells are unfathomably deep, and they are filled to the brim with my blessings. The worth of your salvation is inestimable, inestimable, far greater than all of the earth's fortunes. So your salvation is far greater than all of the earth's fortunes, past, present, and future. This gift that you have right now is way more valuable than anything in the past, present, or future. When your life in this world ends, you will live with me forever in a perfect environment filled with dazzling glory. You will worship me with untold numbers of my followers, all of whom will relate to one another with wondrous love and wondrous stories of victory in their lives, and they will respond to me with even greater love. Moreover, you will be able to receive love from me in unimaginably great measure. You're already getting a taste of it right now. What you're feeling right now is just a taste. You're going to receive love from me in unimaginable great measure. The assurance of forevermore pleasures awaiting you in heaven can help you endure your struggles in this world. Okay? Hold on to that right there. The assurance of forevermore pleasures awaiting you in heaven can help you endure your struggles in this world. You see, I understand the difficulties you're facing, but remember, I am your strength and song. I am strong enough to carry you when you feel as if you can go no further. I even enable you to sing with me on good days and on hard days. I, your song, can fill you with joy. All right. Oh, yeah, the guitar thing, huh? I forgot about that part. Oh, wait, we got more. We're switching from reading to back to that other video real quick. I forgot we had more. Oh, boy. If we could get to it, please, Lord. Let's go. No, not the forecast. Not that one. Yes, that one. And just a second here. We're going back to this because there was something else in here. I think I forgot to let it go for a minute here. Oh, no, that was all of it. Oh, that's what it was. Hang on here. We have another new face that was put into the crop circles. And wait until you see the latest one. You guys ready to see the latest crop circle face? Please, Lord, can I get some cooperation with this page here? How frustrating would it be? Oh, not too far. I just wanted to go back to where we were there. Where was the other one? Oh, I had it right there somewhere. Maybe it was back down here. Oh, that's why. Come here, you. So lovely when you click on something and then it doesn't respond, and then you click again and it responds to 2 clicks all at once and takes everything away. Where's this one right here? No, come here. Where'd it go? This butterfly, man. Here it is right there. Okay. Check out what was.
This is the quickest way to clear out stuck poop.
Fiber
Oh,
helps you poop,
nice.
right? Nope. What about drinking lots of water? Nope.
You've probably seen this.
What about mute? So I don't have to listen to a commercial. Ew. They have no class whatsoever. YouTube, let me tell you something. You guys have no class whatsoever pushing your advertising. And I hope you're listening to me. You should be. You should be paying very close attention to me and listening very closely. Those ads are going to cost you dearly. Do you hear me? You understand why? And if you don't, your lack of knowledge is going to cost you. Okay, you just saw that real quick here. All right. I think you can already kind of tell what might be happening here. There were 2 crop circles here. So on July 20th, 2010, 2 crop circles appear next to Highway M4 in England. All right. This is the right by where the other crop circles were formed, right by the observatory. Okay. So 2 separate circles. Where's my sound here? Oh, I had to mute the poop. So gnarly, dude. A puzzle which can only be solved by merging the 2 images. Uh-oh. What do you think's gonna happen? Hot dang. It's a face. It's my face again. In the Shroud of Turin style. Many would say a Jesus-type figure? Most definitely. But who exactly? Well, I guess you didn't do your homework. Anyways, there is a very clear clue, though. Strings, guitar strings, and shape. Take a look at this, you guys. The guitar strings from a 16-string guitar. It's actually makes music. 16 strings are used, and it's the number of petals on the Holy Lotus as well. So clearly the face is of an enlightened being related to strings. Music. Music and faces in the same realm. You see what happened there? You see what's going on here? Remember I was telling you about the code in the music? If you haven't heard it yet, it'll change the way you listen to music and the way you see things. And there's my face again, showing up in the crop circle. 2 different circles that have to be blended together. Okay, oops, I'm going to get rid of that audio right there. And those are also chords, notes on guitar. And when you play those notes, it plays the code. Perfectly aligns. Whoops. 3-dimensional face again, just like we were looking at right before. That other face made out of little clumps. These are all little clumps of grass. in the crops. All right, so whoever, well, we know who did that. Only God could do something like that. And then these notes on the guitar playing the code is only God. Only God can do that. So awesome, awesome stuff being captured. Oops, we had the two different faces right there, and then the one that I had showed you before from a while back. All right, so not only is my face showing up in the clouds, it's showing up in the crops, it's showing up all over the place. Hopefully it doesn't show up in a turd commercial. Oh my gosh, I would never go that low. I would never stoop that low and sell my soul for a turd commercial. So, real quick, one more time with this. Oh, if we could just get some cooperation, Lord. Oh, it'd been torturing me all day, all right? I've been trying to, maintain composure and then throw something even more hellacious. And I laugh at it and then throw something more hellacious. And then I hear this, oh, wait till you see what comes later today. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm still going to be positive. And I wound up having to wait for a long time in the waiting room of an urgent care for somebody else. I took them down there, but I spent 4 hours waiting in the urgent care waiting room, which is not my favorite. But interesting. At the very end, just when you thought you'd conquered everything, it throws even the harder at you. All right, let's get this going again.
To be honest, I'm not completely sold on this, and the only reason I get
Outside.
Yeah, I just tried to do something, for a closing, but of course we can't get YouTube to pull their head out of their ass for 5 seconds to make sure
They're dangerous.
their videos work properly. I want that image right back here. There you go. All right, Brian Knight is coming. And we can't even change to a different thing. This is so much fun, Lord. Oh, I'm so thankful for a computer that just has a mind of its own and decides to just, hey, I want to click from one page to the next, but no. We got, I need protection from you, McPhee. That's the only person that's messing up my computer is your stupid pop-up ad. Yep. Well, please, Lord, can we have this little video back? I would love to close out my show here. Okay. Congratulations, YouTube. You just lost everything. Well, sorry. I just wanted to close out with that little image and do my little regular closeout, but apparently we can't even get cooperation from a computer. Imagine that. How would you guys feel if your computer just totally did this kind of crap at will? You click on something, it does something else. Come on. Play this video. Seriously, that long. Thank you, Lord, for finally bringing the video back, though. All right. EVP captured there. Dare I try to minimize the screen? Oh, is that too much to ask for? Can we exit out of this screen from full screen? Well, Brian Knight is coming like a lion, and you can see why, because I got to put up with this. This is just pathetic. We have AI. What's it doing? Looking at porn? What is this AI doing? It's not doing anything productive. That's for sure. Can't even keep this internet working. Why don't they ask AI, hey, maybe you could keep the internet working properly? Come on. Yeah, I dare switch to another page because I want the image with the sound from the other one eventually.
Outside.
Come on. You can do it, YouTube. Come on. There you go. Oh, for 2 pages. All right. Can you feel the frustration? Imagine if you had to put up with this stuff just constantly. Every single move you make, somebody sticks their foot out and trips you, and then laughs at you and kicks you when you're down. You're like, oh, thanks for the help. Oh, no, now I need your help. It's like, are you guys insane? Are you actually insane? Do you want my help or not? And, yeah. All right, well, that's it for tonight. I love you all. I miss you all. God bless you all. Thanks for enduring my little rant here. The frustration sometimes does get to me, but thankfully, I look up. I know Jesus is right there sitting next to me, protecting me. So I love you all. God bless you all. And until my next show, I will be back. I am already back, and Brian Knight is coming like a lion. All right? Already here, and I'm still coming after him. The shepherd not too happy with the wolf. And the little piggies. All right, that's it for tonight. Love you all. God bless you all. Until my next show, I will be back. I am already back. Bye. And I love you.